Good evening, Panther Nation. Welcome to the Week 3 live stream between the Franklin Hornets and the Berwick Panthers. To get you ready for the game, make sure to go ahead and check out the preview of the video. You still got some time, but thank you guys for tuning in. And we'll have broadcasts and a live play-by-play of the game starting shortly. One. All right. So your captains for the Berwick Panthers tonight are number 35, Nizea Bennett, number 25, Naaman Bennett, number 1, Krubella, and number 8, Zach Gonzalez. Your captains for the Franklin Hornets being number 1, Dalen Bell, number 5, Zamarion Weber, and looks like maybe number 8, Ashton Page. Those being your starters for the Hornets and the Panthers tonight. And we will be back whenever they announce who will get ball first. So the Panthers have won the toss and they have elected to receive. So it will be Panthers ball whenever the game starts. And the national anthem will be going on right now.
Would you bow your heads in prayer with me? Our God in heaven, we do thank you for the last several days as we have had dry weather to make this game safe. We thank you for these two teams that have shown up tonight. I pray for their attitudes going in, that they'll be good sports, that they'll be kind to their opponents, and that there'll be no injuries on the field. And I pray when the game's said and done, Father, we'll all walk off of here healthy. But God, we do thank you most of all for your blessings, the blessing to play sports, the blessings to gather, the blessing to be part of this nation and this community. So tonight, watch over us. Might your hand be upon us, and might we recognize that every good and perfect gift comes from you. And we pray this in Jesus' name.
Go Panthers!
Good job, second line. In the direction of band director BJ.
And kickoff is about to start. Back deep for your Panthers, you have number 5, Jaden Milton, and number 8, Zach Gonzalez. Kicking off for your Franklin Hornets, it looks like number 18, Brock Mello, will be kicking off for your Franklin Hornets.
For the Hornets, number 18, Rock Field.
And the kick is in the air. Number 8, Zach Gonzalez fields the return. Makes a couple people miss. Finds an open lane. Has one man to beat. And it looks like he's going all the way. There is a flag on the play. Might be on the Panthers. Probably is. But it is a touchdown for Zach Gonzalez on the first play of the game. About an 80-yard return for Gonzalez. What a beautiful start to the game for the Panthers. But, of course, there is a flag on the play. So let's go ahead and see who this flag is on. Most of the time on these kickoffs, it's a block in the back penalty or a holding penalty on the receiving team. So, hopefully it's not on the Panthers, but looks like we are coming back on the sideline, not going to kick the extra point. So, it looks like the penalty is of course going to be on the Panthers, but it looks like we will be starting off on the 50-yard line. So, not a bad start to the drive at all. Of course, would much rather have started the game off with 6 points, but coach is signaling a touchdown on the sideline, but doesn't look like it. The Panthers are returning back to the huddle. So definitely an interesting start to the game, to say the least. Had Zach Gonzalez return about an 80-yard kick to the house for a touchdown, but then it was a penalty on the play called on the Panthers for what I was assuming either a block in the back penalty. And actually, it looks like we're going to restart the kickoff. Probably penalties on both sides, making the kick just happen all over again. So let's go ahead and see if the Panthers can have another touchdown. But we have 3 men back for the Panthers this time. The newcomer being number 35, Isaiah Bennett, who is back from injury last week, missed last week's game due to an illness-related issue. But he is back in the starting lineup once again this week, and be starting at cornerback and wide receiver for your Panthers. Number 18, Brock Mello, of course, being your kicker. And he sends it back deep. 35, Isaiah Bennett on the return this time. Finds a hole but gets tackled out around the 39-yard line. So the Panthers have some pretty solid field position to start off the game. Of course, we have number 1, Crew Bella, being your starting quarterback, who has played phenomenal football over the past 2 weeks. Don't think he's thrown an interception so far. Just immaculate play so far from Crew Bellum. And, of course, we have the player of the game from last week, Andre Ingleton, being out there on running back. Don't see him in the huddle, so it doesn't look like he's going to get the start off for this game. But they like to rotate him and number 5, Jaden Milton, in and out of the backfield. And it does look like Jaden Milton will, of course, be your starting running back tonight. Panthers running all 4 of our starting receivers, with number 4, Luke Tarver, being on the bottom of your screen. Number 35, Isaiah Bennett, being in the slot, with Zach Gonzalez being the other slot receiver. And number 2, gets about a 5-yard carry to about the 45-yard line to make it a 2nd and 5 for the Berwick Panthers. He was stopped by number 55, Jalen Inham. Panthers taking off Naaman Bennett on that play to get some extra help on the line. Looks like number 52, Gage Toots, is coming in to be an extra blocker for the Panthers. Definitely expecting a run, or at least a quarterback keeper, with, possibility of it being a toss. Bella takes a snap, hands it off to Jaden Milton, who has a hole at the middle, and he has nothing but green grass in front of him as Jaden Milton takes it to the house for a touchdown. On the second play of the game, the Berwick Panthers have made it all the way into the end zone, and after a good start on offensive last 2 weeks, the Panthers once again have another successful opening drive. Jaden Milton scores a really long touchdown to start out the game for the Berwick Panthers, making it 6-0. Now, the Panthers do, of course, have a change at the kicker position. Cole Morris, who was our kicker for the past 2 weeks, no longer is a kicker, and Evan Crappell will be our kicker from now on. He's been doing a pretty good job kicking the ball in practice, so is he going to continue that success in the game? Guess we're going to have to wait and see. Your holder for the Panthers being number 3, Rhett Ratcliffe. And the kick is good. Berwick Panthers make an extra point. Awesome. So 7-0 to start off the game with 10 minutes and 45 seconds remaining in the first quarter. And we will be back. And ladies and gentlemen, we are back. For those who are just tuning in, Jaden Milton scored a very long touchdown on the second play of the game to give the Panthers an early 7-0 lead. And kicking off for the Panthers will, of course, be your new kicker, Evan Crappell, who, of course, made an extra point for the Panthers, something we haven't seen much of this season. Back deep for the Franklin Hornets, it looks like we have number 5, Zamarian Weber, and number 2, Jason Johnson. Having live music provided by the Berwick Panthers Sound of Pride. Great sounding band we have. Evan Crappell kicks the ball off deep. The Berwick Panthers. So Franklin starts off with, some pretty decent field position. Hopefully we can look to see this Panther defense that has been playing phenomenal so far to start the season have another good performance in this game. Franklin, throughout their first two games, doesn't really have or hasn't really shown much of an offense, although they have been going up against some pretty solid teams. Starting at quarterback for the Franklin Hornets, it looks like we have number 4, Jylon Jackson. Hands it off to number 5, Zamarian Weber, who gets about 3 yards to make it a 2nd and 7 for the Hornets. Number 24, Luckley Lou on the tackle, along with number 51, Brett Smith. At receiver for you Hornets, you have number 8, Ashton Page, number 9, Jurion Gray, and of course we still have number 4, Jalen Jackson back at quarterback. Zamarian Weber takes a handoff, has a hole up the middle, and gets pushed out of bounds for the first down. Looks like number 5, Jaden Milton on the stop right there. Hornets have a pretty successful start to the game, or at least offensively. Starting for you Panthers on defense, we have number 56, Dare Washington, number 75, Carter McIntyre, and number 55, Blaze Harrison on the defensive line. Number 5, Zamarian Weber takes a handoff, and he has a hole up the middle. He gets tackled by number 8, Zach Gonzalez. Weber, of course, does have a first down. Panthers so far in this game are having a lot of success running the football. Looks like we might be in for a shootout in this game. Starting at cornerback for your Berwick Panthers, number 35, Isaiah Bennett, number 4, Luke Tarver. And at safety, you have number 8, Zach Gonzalez, number 5, Jaden Milton. And at linebacker, you have number 25, Naaman Bennett, number 52, Gage Toots. Oh, and the fumble on the play. And the Panthers, almost recovered the ball right there. It's number 52, Gage Toots, number 33, Carter Whipple, almost recovered the ball. Number 8, Ashton Page on the recover right there. Almost was a turning point in the game right there for the Panthers. Turnovers being something just Panthers have been doing really well so far this season. Panthers, of course, having 2 interceptions last week, which helped hold Kaplan to only 8 points. Panthers have a revolving door of linebackers playing tonight, with the mains being 51, Brett Smith, and 52, Gage Toots, with number Cole Morris getting some action as well. We see number 10, Alonzo Alexander, take the handoff, and he has a hole up the middle and gets tackled at around the 40-yard line, but it will almost be a first down for the Franklin Hornets. Looks like they will be playing a 3rd and 6. Franklin having a lot of success so far in this game running the football. Some of the Panthers have been doing a really good job so far this season at stopping. Looks like Franklin has found a breach in their defense. So number 5, Zamion Weather, take the handoff for a Hornets first down. Gets to around the 30-yard line. Jaden Milton on the tackle right there for the Panthers. Johnson on the handoff, hands it off to Weber, who breaks a tackle, and it looks like there's a fumble on the play. But it looks like it was recovered by Franklin. Doesn't look like there was fumble on the play, just bunt the Panthers jumping on number 5, Weber. Franklin will play a 3rd and 5. A 2nd and 5. Johnson hands it off to Weber, who gets stuffed by a bunch of Panthers on the defensive line to make it a third down for the Berwick Panthers. Had a host of Panthers right there on the tackle. One of them being number 55, Blaze Harrison. Be about a 3rd and 7, 3rd and 6 for the Franklin Hornets. So let's see what they can do on third down. 6 minutes and 15 seconds remaining in the first quarter. Oh, and Johnson's pass to number 2, Jay Sean Johnson, is dropped. Panthers had a bunch of pressure right there on the play, but we are managed to make a stop. But it looks like Franklin is, of course, going to be going for it. Looks like they're going to be taking an aggressive approach to start off the game. Number 10, Alonzo Alexander Jr. in the first down. Sorry for the screen freezing, but of course we are all good. Looks like there's a timeout called by the Berwick Panthers, and we will be right back. And we are back from timeout. Franklin just converted on a 4th and 6. We'll be getting the ball in the red zone. Looks like number 24, Luckily Lou, jumped right there, but it also could have been a first. Okay, so it looks like it was a offsides penalty right there from the Berwick Panthers. Number 24, Luckily Lou. Franklin will have a 1st and 5 from it looks like their own 9-yard line. So they've done a really good job moving the ball so far in this game. Panthers defense not being able to stop the run. Hands it off to number 10, Alonzo Alexander, who of course gets it up to about the 5-yard line to make it a second goal for the Franklin Hornets. Berwick's red zone defense so far this season has been pretty good. Let's go ahead and see what we can do right here. Alexander still in the backfield. One of Franklin's power backs. Oh, and the fumble was botched. And it looks like it is recovered by Franklin. But it definitely does put Franklin back down, lost some yards. They get a loss of yards right there on the play to make it a, well, actually isn't a 1st and goal for Franklin. But a lot of miscommunication so far on handoffs. Seen Franklin fumble the ball 2 times if they were lucky enough to recover their own fumbles. Franklin looks like they're going to be expecting a lot of blitz right here from the Panthers. Jackson completes his pass. Oh, it actually incompletes his pass, excuse me. And the Hornets will play a 4th and 8. See if we can get a 4th down stop so far in this game. It's been a good offensive drive so far from the Panthers. And it looks like Franklin is calling a timeout, so we will be right back. And we are back from timeout. For those who are just tuning in, Franklin has a 4th and 8 to play from within the red zone with 4 minutes and 29 seconds remaining in the first quarter. Franklin looking to score on the first drive of the game. Number 4, Jackson in at quarterback. Franklin looks like they're going to pass the ball. Throwing it to number 8, Marvin Weber. And it was caught by number 8, Ashton Page, but it is an incomplete pass. His feet were out of bounds whenever he caught the ball. Good coverage from Isaiah Benner right there to force him out of bounds whenever he caught the ball. Panthers get a save on defense. So we see the Berwick Panthers defense make a stop in the red zone. Definitely was an eventful drive from Franklin, but in the end, they weren't able to pull off some points. So Panthers will get the ball within the 10-yard line. Number 5, Jaden Milton in at backfield, and number 1, Crew Bella being your quarterback. Bella takes a snap, hands it off to Milton, who gets stuffed at the line. Looks like a helmet for a Franklin player came off. That Franklin player being number 58, Warren Boudreaux. Number 6, Cole Morris coming on the field for the Panthers. Taking off number 25, Naaman Bennett. Burke will have a 2nd and 9 from our own 11-yard line. Bella on the handoff with the keeper, and he gets sacked in the backfield by number 10, Alonzo Alexander. Want to say this is the first sack the Panthers' offensive line has allowed this season. Will be a 3rd and 17 for the Panthers on our own 5-yard line. One. All right. Bella on the dropback. He looks like he's going to pass it, and he's slinging it deep for number 35, Isaiah Bennett, and it is just too far. Overthrows him by a bit. Just a little bit too much power on that throw right there. And it will be a 4th down. 4th and 17 for the Berwick Panthers, and we will be punting the ball off. Wait, it's 4th. 3, 2, 1. Alrighty. So Naaman Bennett will be deep into his own end zone looking to punt off the ball. See if he can at least pin him deep for some good amount of yardage. But on this punt, punts it a pretty good yardage, but it makes it all the way to Franklin's own 30-yard line. So it'll be a 1st and 10 on about Franklin's 30-yard line. 1. And we are back. For those who are just tuning in, there are 2 minutes and 41 seconds left in the first quarter. David Bennett punted it to Franklin. Jackson on the handoff, hands it off to number 5, Webster, who has a hole at the sideline. There is a flag on the play, but he is tackled out of bounds by number 25, Naaman Bennett. And it looks like there is a flag for unnecessary roughness or a late hit. You could see on the bottom of your screen, Naaman Bennett tackled him all the way until he hit the track, which is probably what the penalty is caught on. You know, an injury could have resulted right there, so I can definitely understand the call from the refs. Appreciate the 5 people we have hanging out with us in the live stream. Thank you to everyone for attending tonight's matchup. Panthers have been penalized 15 yards on that penalty right there. There'll be Franklin will have a 1st and 5 on their own 20-yard line. And they are already back in the red zone. See if Panthers can go ahead and stop them. Once again in the red zone. In the backfield for the Hornets, you have number 4, Jylon Jackson, and number 5, Zamarian Weber. Excuse me. Looks like there's some confusion going on the line right here. Maybe thinking about adjusting ball placement. Maybe some words being exchanged between the Panthers and the Hornets. Not completely sure there. Ref looks like he is talking to the Franklin offensive line, but he is going backwards, and we are ready to play some football. Jackson takes a snap, goes deep in the backfield, throwing it to number 2, Jay-Sean Johnson. Beat number 4, Luke Tarver, right there in coverage. Franklin scores the first touchdown of the game to make it 7-6. Nice throw right there from number 4, Jylon Jackson. Nice back shoulder throw right there. And Johnson on the touchdown catch. Hornets are going for 2, so they are trying to get in the lead right here. Weber takes the handoff, and he gets into the end zone, it looks like, for the 2-point conversion. It is good, and the Hornets take the lead early in this game, 8-7. We will be back. For those who are just tuning in, the Franklin Hornets just scored a touchdown. Number 4, Jylon Jackson, down to number 2, Jay-Sean Johnson. Kicking off for the Hornets, we have number 18, Brock Mello, a senior. Deep for the Panthers, we have number 8, Zach Gonzalez, 20, Andre Ingleton, and 5, Jaden Milton. Gonzalez receives a handoff, breaks a tackle, and has some open space to deal with. Gets tackled by, it looks like, number 13, Corey Thomas. Panthers will have the ball on our own 35-yard line. Be a 1st and 10 for the Panthers. So let's hopefully we could see some offensive success from the Panthers on this drive. Of course, started off the game really hot by returning a kick for a touchdown, but it was I'm assuming a block in the back called on the Panthers, but it didn't matter because 3 plays after that kickoff, we saw J.D. Milton take it to the house for about a 65-yard touchdown run. Give the Panthers an early lead. But then after getting pinned back deep after, of course, Franklin going forward and not converting on a 4th down in their own red zone, saw the Panthers get not so great field position, what caused us to punt the ball off, or caused us to get field position within our own 10-yard line, which then caused us to punt the ball off. Franklin got to drive after a couple bird penalties, and then we saw them, of course, throw the touchdown. It will be a false start on the Berwick Panthers.
First and 15.
This will be a 1st and 15 for the Berwick Panthers, and a timeout is being called by the Panthers, our second of the half, and we will be right back. And we are back for those who are just tuning in. Panthers just had a false start penalty, which moves us back 5 yards to give us a 1st and 15 on our own 29 on Franklin's 29-yard line. Panthers have some miscommunication right there, but everything is all good. Number 20, Andre Ingleton, getting his first snaps of the game. Of course, he was my player of the game last week, had a fantastic performance. Bella throws it to number 8, Zach Gonzalez, and completes the pass. But it looks like they gain about 5 yards right there. 7 yards right there to make it a 2nd and 8 for the Berwick Panthers. Zach Gonzalez also was in consideration of the Player Game Award last week. Had a couple of touchdowns last week, I want to believe, or just maybe one. And he also had 2 interceptions, which were a key turning point in the game for the Berwick Panthers. Bella back deep. Andre Ingleton goes on the backfield. Looks like he's going to block Bella on the quarterback keeper. Gets through the line, but is able to get around 3 yards to make it a 3rd and 5 for the Panthers on Franklin's 40-yard line. 51 Christian Lopez on the tackle for the Franklin Hornets. This will be a 3rd down for the Berwick Panthers. Hopefully we can convert right here. Ingleton once again back in the backfield. Bella on the throw. And it is almost intercepted by Berwick, and looks like the targeted throw was to a very wide open Jaden Milton, who didn't see the ball or thought it was intercepted or tipped at the line. Just didn't see it, I guess, and stood there. Looks like the Panthers will be punting it, hopefully to pin Franklin back deep. We all know that number 25, Naaman Bennett, has an absolute leg. Let's go ahead and see if he can pin Franklin back deep. Returning the ball for the Franklin Hornets, we have number 2, Jason Johnson, who called their touchdown pass. It is a botched snap. Bennett hunts it deep. Looks like Johnson is going to be returning it. Breaks the tackle right there. Breaks some more tackles. Has some space to work with. He's on his 50-yard line and gets tackled by a host of Panthers, bringing it all the way to about the 44-yard line. Really nice return from Johnson right there to set up the Hornets in some really good field position. 28 seconds remaining in the first quarter. Definitely the longest first quarter we've had so far this season. Definitely the first ball game we've had at the end of the first quarter so far this year. Franklin contending the Panthers really well. For those wondering what the theme of the Panthers home game is this week, it is Top Gun. Burke is Top Gun this week. Hopefully you're watching in your Top Gun gear at home or come and support the Panthers later tonight. If you want to come out and watch the game, make sure to wear some military or USA themed items. Weber on the botch snap, but breaks a couple tackles. Panthers having some trouble tackling tonight. Gets about 8 yards, 7 yards right there to make it a 2nd and 3 for the Berwick Panthers. 35 9 Isaiah Bennett on that tackle. Looks like there is, and the first corner is of course over. Franklin is beating the Panthers 8-7. Still a lot of game left to be played, and we will be back as soon as the second quarter starts. Go Panthers! Welcome back, Panther Nation. I'm your host, Drew Jets. Start of the second quarter is upon us. Jackson takes the snap, but it looks like it was a false start right there for the Franklin Hornets. So it was a legal formation from the Franklin Hornets, who have about a loss of 5 yards to put them at around Berwick's 45-yard line. Let's make it a 1st and 15 for the Hornets. Berwick's defense definitely has shown some struggles so far in this game. Nothing to worry about much, though. We still got a lot of game left. We haven't seen, that bad of play so far. Run game has, overall been solid. We stopped them in the red zone once. Number 5, Weber, who's been a pretty key player so far for the Hornets, was in at running back. Number 4, Jackson in at quarterback. He hands it off to Weber, who gets stopped at the line. Gets about 3 yards right there. It's about 5 yards to make it a 3rd and 10 for the Franklin Hornets. Excuse me, about a 3rd and 5 for the Franklin Hornets. Jackson on the snap. Throws it to number 8, Ashton Page. And it looks like the pass was incompleted. Was a bit of a low throw by number 4, Jackson. Luke Tarver on the coverage. Will be a 4th and 7 for the Franklin Hornets. Looks like they will be going for it. Pretty good defense so far in the second quarter right there. About 20 seconds remaining on the play clock. See if Burke can force him to a 4th and out. Hornets have bunch formation on the right side of the line. Maybe they're going to throw a screen pass right there. And yep, oh, they were going for the screen, but they overthrow it, and it was almost intercepted by number 5, Isaiah Bennett. Panthers get the stop on 4th down, and it will be a first down for your Berwick Panthers on around the 40-yard line. Let's go ahead and see if we can continue the offensive success we had on our very first drive, where J.D. Milton scored around a 65-yard touchdown. And we are back, ladies and gentlemen. For those who are just tuning in, 11 minutes and 10 seconds remaining in the first quarter. Panthers had the ball around the 40-yard line after the Hornets not convert. Bella hands it off to number 20, Andre Ingleton, who gets tackled by number 10, Alonzo Alexander Jr. There's about 4 yards right there to make it a 2nd and 6 for the Berwick Panthers. Hopefully we can just see solid ball movement for the Panthers in this drive. I'm okay with no flashy plays as long as we're moving the ball and getting it into the end zone. We have a good kicker now, so maybe Panthers are looking to kick some field goals in this game, or at least try. Bella takes a snap, hands it off to Ingleton, who gets stuffed at the line. Tackled by number 55, Jalen Ina and Michael Moses. But it looks like there is a flag on the play for on roughing, unnecessary roughness. Will be a first down for the Berwick Panthers on front on our own 45-yard line. Penalty might be a lifesaver for the Panthers right there. Hopefully sparking some momentum into our offense. See it a lot in the NFL after, penalties happen, or especially these long penalties giving us automatic first downs. And it looks like they had a Hornet jump, but refs are not calling it. Bella hands it off to number 5, Jaden Milton, had a hole, but ends up getting stopped by number 5, Zamarian Weber. Make it about a 2nd and 6. 2nd and 7 for the Berwick Panthers. And it looks like the Panthers have been penalized 5 yards to make it an illegal procedure. To make it a 1st and 15. Seen a lot of penalty action for both teams tonight. The Panthers just get an automatic first down. We respond with another penalty. Play clock is, of course, rolling. Go ahead and see if the Panthers can do some stuff offensively. Bella on the handoff, gives it to number 5, Jaden Milton, who gets stopped at the line for about a 2-yard carry to make it a 2nd and 13 for the Franklin Hornets. Stopped by number 56, Inna. Excuse me, Moses. Panthers subbing in number 25 for in Naaman Bennett on the offense for number 6, Cole Morse. Milton in the backfield. There is a whistle called. Looks like there is a penalty on the play, or actually a timeout called by the Franklin Hornets. And we will be back. And we are back from timeout. Hornets called their second timeout of the half. Panthers have a 2nd and 13 on their own 48-yard line. Bella takes a snap. Looks like he's going to pass. Those a jump pass to Milton, who breaks a tackle. Has some space to work with. And gets about 6 yards right there on the carry to make it a 3rd and 8 for the Berwick Panthers. Go and see if we can convert right here. The pressure from the Hornets has been coming all night long. See if the line can hold up, and they do. Bella has a pretty empty pocket to play with. Has number 25, Naaman Bennett, open right there, and it looks like he caught it. And they're signaling incomplete. A couple refs are saying he caught it, and some are saying it's incomplete. Looks like he did incomplete that pass. Looks like the referee closest to the play was signaling it was caught, but they're saying it wasn't a completed pass, which is definitely interesting. Panthers have good field position. They're on their own side of the 50. Looks like they're going to be going for it, as I would. Panthers just haven't been playing bad so far tonight. Neither team has. It's just sloppy play. We've seen drop passes. We've seen penalties called on both teams. And, you know, the conditions are very hot. It is very humid and hot in this game. No wind either. Bella has another clean pocket. Throwing it. And was looking for number 5, Jaden Milton, but it is incompleted. Number 20, Duval Lewis, almost on the interception. Hornets will take over on a 1st and 10 on the Panthers' own 48-yard line with 8 minutes and 6 seconds remaining in the first quarter. And we will be right back. And we are back. Franklin is taking over on a 1st and 10 on their own 44, 43-yard line. Jackson on the handoff to Weber, who gets stuffed at the line by a bunch of Panthers. He breaks a tackle, but he gets tackled behind the line of scrimmage. About a loss of 5 right there. Blaze Harrison on the tackle right there for the Panthers. Loss of 3 on the play to make it a 2nd and 3 for the Franklin Hornets. Saw the defensive line we've been seeing so far from the Berwick Panthers that we've been seeing throughout the entire season. Just completely stuffing the field. Jackson in the backfield takes a pretty low snap. Goes to number 2, Johnson, who gets tackled by number 35, Isaiah Bennett, for a loss of, it looks like, 4 yards right there on the play. So just keep moving the ball back for the Franklin Hornets. Pretty good defensive drive right here from the Berwick Panthers, making tackle for loss after tackle for a loss. Panthers take off a defensive lineman on the field right here and bringing in extra linebacker. Looks like they are going to be rushing the quarterback a lot right here, bringing the blitz as, of course, would be an expected pass. And the fumble is botched, and the Panthers are able to bring back number 4, Jalen Jackson, for the sack. Number 55, Blaze Harrison on the sack for the Berwick Panthers. To make it a 4th and 23 for the Franklin Hornets. Looks like they're going to be punting the ball for the first time tonight, unless they decide to go for it. Morgan City converted on a 4th and 20, but it's something that is very unlikely to happen. Bringing the house for the Berwick Panthers, of course, works right there. Pan- Hornets on the pretty low punt. Bounces to around the
Well, good for about
47
yards.
yard line.
And it'll take over first and 10
Panthers will
on
have
their own
first and 10,
47-yard
and
line.
we will be right back. And we are back. 5 minutes and 35 seconds remaining in the second quarter. Panthers will take the ball on Franklin's 47-yard line, have a first and 10. Bella takes a snap, hands it off to Jaden Milton, has a hole up the middle, hits a hole, trucks a dude, and gets a nice carry right there to make it a first down for the Berg. All right, ladies and gentlemen, sorry for the miscommunication right there. We had just the string completely cut off, which is something it loves to frequently do. But we are back, ladies and gentlemen. Back and better than ever. Bella on snap, hands it off to Andre Angleton, who gets stopped at the line for about a gain of, it looks like, 4 for the Berwick Panthers. Actually, no gain. It's made about a 3rd and 7. Number 52, Gage Toops coming off the sideline. Looks like Panthers will be going for a pass right here. Takes a handoff to Milton. Has an open receiver and Zach Gonzalez and misses the throw. Panthers looks like they will be going for it on the 4th and 7. 4th and 6. We've had open receivers so far tonight. Just we've seen Bella miss some by a little. I wouldn't necessarily say the accuracy's been terrible from Bella tonight. It's just these on the run throws outside. It looks like he's walking all the way into the end zone for a touchdown. And it will be a touchdown for the Berwick Panthers. What a beautiful throw right there from Prue Bella on the 4th and 6 pass. Crap out on the kick. Panthers with another touchdown. Crap out on the extra point, and it is good. Panthers take a 14-7 lead with remaining in the second quarter, and we will be right back. Crap set to kick for the Panthers. Kicks it off. Good kick. Number 13, Corey A. Thomas on the return. Has a pretty nice return, finds some holes, but was able to be stopped by the Panthers on they're it looks like the Panthers 35-yard line. On Franklin's 35-yard line, excuse me. So Franklin will be playing a 1st and 10 from their own, looks like 38-yard line. We've seen number 13, Corey A. Thomas, on some pretty nice returns, to say the least. Very shifty. Jackson takes a snap, finds an open number 9, Jorian Gray, but the pass is incomplete. Seen a lot of underthrows and overthrows from Jackson so far in tonight's game. Franklin loves to do those screen passes. Second and 10 for the Hornets. Penalty called on the play. Timeout called by the Berwick Panthers. Our third and final timeout of the half. And we will be back. I don't think anyone does. At least they shouldn't. He's just like that, bro. Bro, we actually have a normal scoring game. I know, it looks like a legit score. All right, 3, 2. And we are back from timeout. Hornets facing a 2nd and 10 from their own 38-yard line. Jackson takes a snap. He's going to pass. Has an open number 13, Thomas, who gets tackled behind the line of scrimmage. And the ball is loose, but it ends up going out of bounds. Looks like the tackle was made by number 24, Luck Lelu. Excuse me, number 8, Zach Gonzalez right there. Another tackle for loss for the Panthers right there. To move it back at least 4 yards to make it a 3rd and 14.
Ball progress marked at the 36-yard line.
So it was a loss of, well, for forward progress, refs are actually giving the ball to the Hornets, 2 yards extra. Just confusing to say the least. Definitely looks like it was another tackle for loss for the Panthers. Have a nice coverage right there. But the pass was complete, and Panthers and the Hornets do get a first down. Jackson to once again Johnson for a looks like a 12-yard gain to make it a first down on exactly the 50-yard line. The Jackson to Johnson connection so far in this game has been pretty good. Of course, they've had the touchdown pass, but it looks like that is his favorite target as he's been targeting him a lot in this game. As Jackson is in the backfield, and number 5 is Marion Weber. Weber on the handoff has a nice hole up the middle. Escapes from a runner and is able to be pushed out of bounds by number 5, Jaden Milton, who has a pretty nice hit. But it was a really nice gain right there from the Franklin Hornets to get them a first down on it looks like Berwick's 28-yard line. Jackson in the backfield. Alonzo Alexander finds an open number 2 Johnson, once again his favorite receiver, because a couple people missed, and he gets tackled at around the 15-yard line to make it another first down for the Hornets. Moving the chains, and now they are now in the red zone.
First and 10 Hornets. The Panthers 12-yard line.
So the Hornets have 12 yards to go to the end zone. The 12-yard line was where they were on the other side of the field whenever they got stopped. Jackson takes a snap on a keeper, makes a couple Panthers miss, and ends up getting tackled, breaks a tackle from number 56, Darrell Washington, but ends up getting brought down by, looks like, number 52, Gage Toops.
Jackson on the keeper. Back up number 52. Gage Toops. Second and 8.
Alrighty. Jackson on the keeper. Throws an absolute dot into the end zone. And it was almost intercepted by number 35, Isaiah Bennett. Jackson was, of course, throwing to his favorite target, number 2, Jayshon Johnson. Pass was, of course, incompleted, and will be a 3rd and 8 for the Franklin Hornets. Number 35, Carter Whipple, coming on the field for the Panthers. See if the Panthers can continue good red zone defense right here. And they're going to run it with number 2, Johnson, who gets stuffed at the line by a bunch of Panthers. Actually doesn't, and he actually walks his way into the end zone. But there is a fumble on the play, and it's recovered by the Berwick Panthers. Number 25, Naaman Bennett on the fumble recovery right there. Another turnover for the Panthers right there. That is 3 fumbles for the Franklin Hornets tonight. Berwick finally recovers one of the fumbles, and we will get a first down on, looks like, the 2-yard line. There is a injured Hornet on the play right there. From the looks of it, it might be number 2, Jason Jackson. But there are 54 seconds remaining in the second quarter. See if the Panthers can get a pretty good score before halftime. And we will be right back. And we are back. For those who are just tuning in, the Panthers had the ball on their 1 yard line after a Naaman Bennett fumble recovery. Johnson thought he was about to score a touchdown before the Panthers knocked the ball out of him. Johnson was the player who just got injured, and he did walk off the field. And I don't see him on defense either. So hopefully he is okay. Panthers on the handoff to number 6, Cole Morris, who has a hole up the middle. Looks like he goes out of bounds, but not before getting the first down for the Berwick Panthers. Looks like he gets knocked out of bounds at around the 35-yard line. What a fantastic play right there for the Berwick Panthers. He actually goes out at the 28-yard line to make it a first down for the Panthers. Panthers, of course, have no timeouts, so running out of bounds is going to be crucial for us in or throughout these final seconds on the game. Definitely expect to see a lot of passes from the Panthers on this drive. Bella on the handoff. Looks to pass, has a really empty pocket on the run. Those are to Naaman Bennett, who is open and gets the first down. Makes a couple people miss. But is that going to turn out to cost the Panthers getting out? He should have went out of bounds. Actually, clock stops after first downs in high school and college football. Completely forgot that. So the Panthers are, of course, good after getting first downs. Actually, we called a timeout. I could have sworn we were out of timeouts, but it looks like that's not the case. And we are back after the timeout called by the Berwick Panthers. Those who are just tuning in, there are 33 seconds remaining in the second quarter. Naaman Bennett had a really nice long reception for the Panthers to give us a first down on our own 45-yard line. Panthers moving the ball really well within this 2-minute situation, 2-minute drill. Coverage. Bella escapes the pressure. Throws it to number 6, Cole Morris. Of course, runs out of bounds. Gets about 6 yards right there on that pass, making it a 2nd and 4 for the Berwick Panthers. Panthers are once again moving the ball awesome right here on this 1-minute drill. Franklin was playing pretty off right there on the coverage, so of course it only made sense that the Panthers were able to hit a man a short. And if the Hornets keep on playing this zone coverage, definitely expect the Panthers to be hitting all these short routes. Bella has a empty backfield. We've seen them run the ball in these situations right here. Panthers offensive line playing phenomenal. Bell, of course, runs the ball, as I just said, and he gets the first down, but also runs out of bounds. 17 seconds remaining on the clock, but he does get the first down. Will be a 1st and 10 on the Panthers 35 on the Hornets 35-yard line. Panthers are moving the ball really well on the last seconds of this game. Hopefully we can see the Panthers punching in right here. At least get some points. We have a pretty good kicker now, so maybe Evan Crackhill can kick a long field goal. So we're going to have to wait and see. Panthers once again showing empty backfield. Bellum takes the ball. Those are two. Jaden Milton, who makes the catch, but gets out of bounds. Of course, the clock stops after getting a first down in high school and college football. Jaden Milton with a nice back shoulder pass. Bella goes ahead and spikes the ball down. There are 8.6 seconds remaining in the first quarter. Panthers probably have room for one more play in this game. It is a 1st-and-goal on the 9-yard line. So definitely expect a shot at the end zone right here for the Panthers. You know, we have number 4, Luke Tarver, who was a red zone receiver for the Panthers in the first game. So 8 seconds remaining in the second quarter. Panthers show an empty backfield. Actually, we bring Jaden Milton back. Timeout was called by the Franklin Hornets, trying to readjust their defense, hoping to not let the Panthers score another touchdown before halftime. Of course, we have a kicker now, so maybe he can punch in 3 points. But this will definitely be the last kick, not the last kick, last play, most definitely on the first half of the game. Will the Panthers be able to punch it in for 6 points? Will Franklin get the stop? It's going to be interesting to see. So we are back from time out. For those who are just tuning in, the ball is on the 9-yard line. 8 seconds remaining in the first half. Panthers have one more play final probably remaining. Bella has a pretty clean pocket. Looks to throw. Across the body. Has number 25, Bennett open for the touchdown. And he scores. Bennett was wide open in the end zone to get the touchdown for the Berwick Panthers. Let's go. There is a flag on the play. And it was an illegal man downfield for the Panthers. With all the running Bella did on that play, I guess an offensive lineman just tried to save him on a block. But it is a penalty. So an illegal man downfield puts the Panthers back 5 yards to make it about a first and goal from the 14-yard line. The Panthers will be going for it. There's exactly 0 seconds remaining on the clock. Or maybe the clock reverts back to 8. The scoreboard's kind of messed up right here, so with no way of knowing. Panthers are once again in the same formation they were in last play. Blocking from the Panthers is good. Bella looks like he's going to run it. Bella takes it on the quarterback keeper. And, almost gets it into the end zone. So close to making it into the end zone. Got tackled out about the 1-yard line. Extended the ball. And it looks like Franklin recovered it. It was stopped at the 1-yard line. Killer for the Panthers. But the first half is now over. Panthers are winning 14-7, and we will be back at halftime. Of course, halftime song. Can't watch it. And we
For your halftime entertainment, the Berwick High School Tomcats will be performing. Now, straight from the Top Gun Academy with a top-rated performance, the BHS Tomcats.
All right, all right, yeah. All right, all right, yeah. She moving, she moving, she moving, she moving, she moving, she moving, she moving. Come on, it's time to hit the dance floor. The way she bend her back, no, it's kinda weird, it's kinda crazy, but I think I like it though. You ain't know I'm a go. Just sit back and watch the shit move. She every way she moves, stepping up just like a pro. Bang bang, shoot your train, get her down, just do your thing. She back it up, they act it up, just get her down. She moving, can't hide it, can't hide it. Yeah, she hit the floor. I can't even explain it. She dropping low. Shawty and it's she moving, can't hide it, can't hide it. Yeah, she hit the floor. I can't even explain it. She dropping low. Shawty got moves.
Great job, Tomcats.
And we are back from halftime, ladies and gentlemen. The Panthers are coming out of the tunnel. And of course, we are winning after halftime 14-8. Franklin Hornets will receive the second half kickoff, and we will be back. One. Crapel is about to kick it off for the Panthers. Waiting for the whistle to blow. The whistle has been blown. Crapel kicks it off. Love a squib kick. Number 8, Ashton Page on the return. Just decides to kneel it down. Panther Hornets will get the ball on their own 36-yard line. So in the first half, we saw, the Panthers played good defense. They had They had a fumble recovery. Hornets fumbled it a total of 3 times. Panthers were able to recover it once, and that fumble recovery they had led them all the way down the field to an almost score at the end of the half. They, of course, did score the ball, but it was called a legal man downfield on the Panthers. Scored to set us back 5 yards, and Bella had a 14-yard quarterback scramble, but wasn't able to get it into the end zone, was 1 yard short. Jackson hands off to Weber. Weber finds a nice hole on the outside and is able to be brought down by a lot of Panthers, one of them being number 56, Darrell Washington. But he gets about 9 yards to almost get a first down for the Hornets to make it a 2nd and 1. Flag on the play on the Franklin offense. Illegal formation for the Franklin Hornets. They will be penalized 5 yards to make it a 2nd and 6. So after the penalty, makes it a 2nd and 6 for the Hornets. Another flag on the play. False start for the Hornets. Penalties, which were an issue for both teams in the first half, continue to be an issue for the Hornets. They will be penalized another 5 yards to make it a 2nd and 11. So after 2 penalties, it'll be 2nd and 11 for the Franklin Hornets. Jackson takes a snap, throws it over the middle, and it is intercepted by number 35, Isaiah Bennett. He returns it to around the 29-yard line. What an amazing interception right there from Isaiah Bennett. He read that play like a book. Jackson was throwing it to number 13, Corey Thomas. He was open and honestly could have had a touchdown, but Isaiah Bennett came in at the last second. We do have an injured Panther on the play, that being number 25, Name It Bennett, as he limped off the sideline, which is never a good thing to see. As you can kind of see on the bottom of your screen, he has taken off his helmet and is now laying down on the track. Not good to see from Naaman Bennett. Looks like he just has a cramp, though. So good thing, only has a cramp. Thank God it's not that major of an injury. Hopefully he's back on the field in no time. But it will be a 1st and 10 on the 27-yard line. Bella hands it off to number 20, Andre Ingleton, who gets stopped for around a 3 yards to make it a 2nd and 7. Sub number 55, Jalen Nina. 2nd and 7. See, the Panthers can get some points off of turnovers. I would definitely expect them to kind of chew the clock right here in this situation. Just try to take as much time off the clock as possible while you're holding the lead, and hopefully we could punch it in. But it looks like there was a false start penalty right there from the Berwick Panthers, penalty being on number 59, Dylan Armaud, which will move the Panthers back 5 yards to make it a 2nd and 12. Bella takes a snap, hands it off to Andre Ingleton, who finds a hole at the middle but ends up getting stopped at around the 28-yard line. Gets around to the, looks like, only gets about like 1 yard right there on the carry to make it a 3rd and 11 right there for the Panthers. Panthers are taking everything out of that clock as they possibly can, though. But it will be a 3rd and 11 for the Panthers. Bella on the snap. Pockets collapsing. Scrambles around and throws it in the dirt to number 20, Andre Ingleton. Pass is incomplete. Panthers look like they're going to be going for it on 4th and 11. We're on our own side of the field, or at least we're on our closest side to the end zone. Have on Franklin's side of the field. Let's go ahead and see if we can punch the ball in, or at least for a 1st down. It is 4th and 11. Bella on the snap, keeps it, steps up in the pocket, and throws it over the middle to number 8, Zach Gonzalez, for a 1st down. Panthers get the 1st down, get exactly 11 yards, and the chains will, in fact, move. Looks like the referees are kind of reviewing it right here, debating whether or not the Panthers got it. No word on the referees. And it looks like the chains will be moving. Timeout will actually be measuring. So there will be a timeout for measurements right here throughout the game. You can tell that mosquitoes are getting pretty bad. So hopefully you're staying safe out there. That we're getting 8 up in the press box. Or around the press box. It's like they will be measuring it. Don't see this often in high school football, but it's exciting when you do. For the looks of it, it looks like the Panthers got the 1st down. So the chains will be moving. Zach Gonzalez gets exactly like 11 and a half yards right there to move the chains for the Panthers. But the chains are moving. A first down is a first down. And to go forward on 4th and 11 definitely was risky, but it pays off in the end. It's a good thing to see right there from the Panthers.
First and 10 Panthers from the 22.
Bella hands it off to number 5, Jaden Milton, who breaks it up the middle for about a 9-yard gain to make it a 2nd and 1 for the Panthers.
Number 1, Dalen Bell. 2nd and 1.
Panthers moving the ball pretty nicely on the first drive of the second half. After the interception by Isaiah Bennett, he's been making a lot of plays on defense tonight. Almost had an interception that goes ahead and gets the pick. Seen a lot of good things from Isaiah Bennett a week after he was out due to an illness. Milton takes a carry, breaks it off the outside, has great vision, finds his way into the end zone for a touchdown for the Berwick Panthers. Jaden Milton, who scored all 3 touchdowns for the Berwick Panthers so far in tonight's game. Great blocking right there from the Panthers offensive line. Panthers are able to punch it in 4-6, and Evan Crappell will be kicking it for the extra point. Crappell on the kick. It is blocked. No good. So the Panthers, after the interception by Isaiah Bennett, they're leading 20-8 in the first quarter, and we will be back. One. Crappell on the kick. It is a low one, and it is miscommunicated right there. Almost was a disaster right there by the Franklin Hornets, but it is recovered by number 50, Corday Landry. Hornets will have a 1st and 10 from their own 41-yard line. See if the Panthers defense can once again stop them. After Franklin's touchdown, which was, they had really good field position to start off that drive. We were pinned back deep into our end zone. Eamon Bennett was punting it from almost like safety range. He was about to be out of bounds. So, can't really expect a great punt from all the way that deep in your end zone. And, set up Franklin really good field position and gave them a touchdown. But after that, we've seen pretty much lockdown defense from the Panthers. And it is a miscommunicated snap. Number 4, Jackson falls on it, sending the Hornets back 11 yards. 10 yards. To make it a 2nd and 20 for the Franklin Hornets. We've seen a lot of bot snaps so far tonight. That's definitely been a tone setter for the Hornets. They've had penalties that have, set them back some yards. They've had bot snaps that have set them back some yards. And it's just, the mistakes that have been killing Franklin offensively so far in this game. Jackson on the handoff to Weber. He gets stopped at the line for a loss of about Loss of 3 yards right there.
3rd and 23.
3rd and 23. for the Franklin Hornets. Let's go ahead and look to see number 70 Trey League Pratt getting it on the field, getting some action. Sophomore getting a lot of game reps, which is always good to see the future of your team on display. First time, explaining some.
Official timeout.
And there will be a official timeout for hydration right here. And we will be back after the timeout. Alrighty, and we are back in time. Jackson scrambling in the pocket. Throws it deep, and he somehow managed to get it off to Weber. Caught it off to deflection, and Weber breaks a couple tackles. And it looks like Weber is going all the way into the end zone. Wow. What a play from the Franklin offense right there. Number 4, Jylan Jackson was almost about to get sacked. Looks like he fumbled the ball, but managed to throw it to Weber, who took it all the way from the 31-yard line to the touchdown. And it looks like we have an injury on the field. Looks like it is a cramp by number 35, Isaiah Bennett, who just had the interception. But Franklin is able to score. That was just such an insane play right there. I mean, he was able to just run it all the way from the 30 to the end zone and, dodged a lot of defenders right there. Something you don't see very often. But it does look like the Panthers will be having an injury timeout. But it's just a cramp, not a serious injury. Good to see. We'll be back. So now Isaiah Bennett was able to walk off the field. Looks like it was just a cramp for Bennett, but hopefully he is okay. For those who are interested in the Thursday night football score, it is currently 16-7 Chargers. Mike Williams just caught around a 35-yard touchdown predicted by our cameraman in the booth right here. Mike Williams with an insane catch. Franklin's going forward on 2. Alonzo walks it into the end zone to make it 20-16 Panthers. We got ourselves a ball game, ladies and gentlemen, and we will be right back. So after the Hornets score, they are set to kick it off. Number 18, Brock Milo, is their kicker. Panthers have three deep: Andre Ingleton, Jaden Milton, and Zach Gonzalez. Kick has pretty good distance. Gonzalez feels it, but it looks like his knee did in fact touch the ground whenever he received the handoff.
First and 10 from their own 29-yard line.
So the Panthers will have a first and 10 from their own 29-yard line. Let's go ahead and see if we get some points on the board. Bella hands it off to Milton, who breaks some tackles but ends up getting stopped for it looks like about a 2-3 yard gain to make it a 2nd and 7 for the Berwick Panthers. Milton on the handoff. Once again gets stopped. It's like the Panthers got about 5 yards right there.
Stop on number 2, Johnson. Panthers will play 3rd and 4.
Make it a 3rd and 5, 3rd and 4 for the Berwick Panthers. Bella with pressure coming, avoids the tackle, and has number 6 Cole Morris open. Looks like he got the first down, and he did. Chains will be moving for the Berwick Panthers. Bella had a nice play right there. Escaped from the pressure right there. Pressure was being brought by number 7 Johnson. Bella on the snap. Oh, and he loses the football. And, oh, no, and it is recovered by number 2, Johnson, who reaches it all the way into the end zone. Wow. Bella on the bot snap leads to a Franklin touchdown. Wow. What a turn of events. Wow. We've seen a bunch of fumbles from both teams in this game so far, and that is, oh my goodness, wow. That shocking turn of events right there. An unexpected turnover. Crazy stuff. Hornets are attempting the 2-point conversion to try to get a 24-20 lead over the Panthers. Wow. Wow. That is crazy. And Alexander will make it in, but there is a flag on the play. So, is it going to be called back? We'll have to wait and see. Alexander was able to run it in if the flag is on the Panthers. And it was a false start on the Hornets, so it will be going back. Hornets will most likely be attempting another 2-point conversion. Haven't seen much of it all action from the kicker in this game.
That ball with the Hornets.
So Bobby going back all the way to the 20-yard line. Wow.
2-point conversion from the 18-yard line.
So the Hornets will be going for two on the 18-yard line. Wow, that's crazy. So are they going to make it? Are they not? Panthers might have a good chance to be within 2 points. They might be within a field goal of, getting the lead in this game. Johnson going deep. And the pass is incomplete, but it looks like there will be pass interference called on number 20, Andre Angleton. Most likely will be a 15-yard penalty, moving the ball up 3 yards to the, well, not 3 yards, 15 yards to the 3-yard line.
Interference against the Panthers. Off the distance. Try the 2-point conversion from the 9-yard line.
So now, after many, many penalties, the Hornets will be attempting the 2-point conversion for the third time in tonight's game. Wow. Johnson was sent in motion. Jackson on the keeper. Gets tackled by the Panthers, and they are able to stop him, making it 22-20 for the Franklin Hornets.
No good.
And there are no flags on this play. 3 minutes and 35 seconds remaining in the third quarter, and we will be right back. And we are back. Number 18, Mello, is set to kick off for the Franklin Hornets. Kicks it off. Right, Zach Gonzalez receives the kick. There's a lot of room to work with. Breaks a couple tackles and manages to get stopped at around the 35-yard line.
Number 1, Bell. Panthers will play first and 10 from their own
Number 1, Dalen Bell on the stop for the Hornets. For those who are just tuning in, the Franklin Hornets scored off of a Crubella fumble. There were 3 penalties on both the Hornets and Panthers defense on the 2-point conversion, and the Hornets finally got to play. And it looks like there is a timeout called right here. On it looks like the Franklin Hornets.
Timeout Hornets.
So I want to say this is their first timeout of the second half, and we will be back. And we are back from the Hornets timeout. Bella is in at quarterback for your Panthers with Jaden Milton in the backfield. Luke Tarver being all the way on the top of your screen, with Zach Gonzalez being in the slot. Bella hands it off to Jaden Milton, who takes a bunch of Franklin defenders with him to get around. It looks like 7 yards, 6 yards right there to make it a 2nd and 4 for the Berwick Panthers. And number 55, Ina, is slow to get up. Looks like we will have an injury timeout. And is currently on his knees right now. Was able to get up over his own might. And it looks like he might be walking off the field on his own strength. And that he is doing. It's good stuff right there from Anand, who walk off the field under his own strength. Anand has making a bunch of tackles and a bunch of plays so far for the Franklin Hornets defense. Been a big part of their run stopping. Panthers will have a 2nd and 4 on the 38-yard line. Excuse me, 42-yard line. Bella hands it off to Jaden Milton, who gets about 1 yard on the play to make it a 3rd and 3 for the Panthers.
Stop by Weber. Number 1, 3rd and 3.
Bella hands it off to Ingleton. Oh, he keeps it, and he has a lot of space to work with. Bella on the 30 gets tackled by number 13, Thomas, to get a first down for the Berwick Panthers. They convert on 3rd down. So some nice trickery right there from the Panthers. Had everyone in the box confused right now. Definitely thought Ingleton had the ball right there, but Bella was able to take it on the keeper. And of course, his mobility, which was such a huge factor in the Morgan City game, is working out for the Panthers right here. Bella on the snap, hands it off to Ingleton, who gets stuffed at the line, but there is a flag on the play. Be interesting to see who the flag will on.
It's the Hornets.
To be a face mask penalty against the Franklin Hornets, and they will be, well, the chains will be moving in the right direction for the Panthers. 5 yards. Great to see. And now the Panthers had the ball in the red zone. Bella on the fake to Ingleton. Finally throws it deep for, it looks like Morse, but overshot him a little bit. He would have definitely had Morse, but it was an overthrow. Morse would have probably been stopped at around the 5 yard line, but still would have got the first down for the Panthers. Be 2nd and 5 for Berwick. Bella on the fake. Hits Zach Gonzalez and misses him. Great coverage right there from number 6, Malik Harrison. Alrighty. So it'll be 3rd and 5 for the Berwick Panthers after the incompletion. Bella fakes a handoff to Milton, has the lane outside, breaks a tackle, stays on his feet, pushes forward, and it looks like he might have got the first down. And it looks like he is just short. Picks up 4 yards to make it 4th and 1 for the Panthers. This could be a make or break point in the game. Panthers, of course, do have one, where the Panthers do now have a pretty good kicker in Evan Crappell, who could probably make a field goal for the Panthers. But it's also 4th and 1. We've had a lot of success on 3rd and 4th down so far in this game. They are bringing out the chain gang, so of course, maybe the outcome could be different. Maybe the Panthers actually do have a first down, which would be awesome to see. And it looks like the ball is short. So the Panthers do not get the first down. It's going to be about a 4th and 1 right there. So Panthers are dealt with a tough task. I honestly feel like we should go for it. I mean, it's 4th and 1. Run it up the middle. That's just easy. That's easy first down. Easy key to success. Plus, it would be a pretty long field goal for our inexperienced kicker. So, might as well just leave it to the offense. Panthers will be going for it. So it's going to be super interesting to see if they get it, because this, of course, could be a make or break point in the game.
Panthers will play 4th and 1.
Of course, if the Panthers don't get it, that, leads to them going trailing, most likely trailing in the 4th quarter, unless a turnover happens after this play. But I got faith in the Panthers. I definitely feel like they can do something right here. To those paying attention to Thursday Night Football, the Chargers are beating the Kansas City Chiefs 17-14. Bella hands it off to Jaden Milton, has a hole at the middle, and walks it in for the touchdown. The Berwick Panthers are winning this football game once again. Score has been flip-flopping the entire game so far. But now we have the Berwick Panthers back in the league, with Jaden Milton has his 4th touchdown of the game. Pretty clear who player of the game is going to be. But fantastic run right there from Jaden Milton. Awesome run blocking right there. And the Panthers, once again, are in the lead. Panthers will be lining up for the 2-point conversion to hopefully be ahead by 6 points. Bella scrambling in the pocket. Looks like he's going to run it. And, he dives the ball forward. Did he get forward progress? And they're saying he did not get it. Wow. He got pushed out of bounds or something before, but that is definitely a questionable call. From our looks, it definitely feel like Bella crossed the pylon with the ball before getting pushed out of bounds. And I mean, definitely feel like Bella got that, but they're signaling no. There are 46 seconds remaining in the 3rd quarter, and we will be right back. So we are back from break. For the 7 people watching the stream right now, thank you so much. Make sure to share with your friends so they can watch this epic game. Great page on the return. It's pushed out of bounds by a bunch of Panthers. Gets out at around the 36-yard line. so they will have a first and 10 on their own 36-yard line. Seen the score flip-flopping a lot in this game. See if the Panthers can maintain this lead. Jackson in the backfield. Hands it off to Weber, who bounces off of a tackler and gets tackled by his former Panthers. Looks like number 55, Blaze Harrison, was in on the tackle right there.
Pick up our 7 yards. 2nd and 3.
Hornets will have a 2nd and 3 on about their 43-yard line. Looks like they're going to be sending themselves to the sidelines, and the third quarter is now over. Fourth quarter is about to start, ladies and gentlemen. Panthers are winning 26-22. We got ourselves a ball game. Don't forget to share the stream to everyone you know, and we'll be back after break. Alrighty. Hornets will have a 2nd and 3. They're sending number 12, Madison, in motion. And a host of Panthers stop him on the defensive line. Stuff the run right there. Number 51, Brett Smith-Smitty on the tackle for loss right there. Hornets will be going in the wrong direction, but the right direction for the Berwick Panthers.
3rd and 6.
Oh, to make it a 3rd and 6 for the Franklin Hornets. It's going to be interesting to see if they're going to convert on 3rd down. Of course, a touchdown would put them in the lead. With a 2-point conversion, they would be ahead by 8 points. With an extra point, which is not likely, they would be ahead 9. And, of course, they would be ahead 8 if they don't get it. Jackson is sacked by a bunch of Panthers, though. And it looks like Franklin will be punting off the ball. Number 24, Luckily Lou on the sack right there. Luckily Lou engaged Toops on the sack right there. Before Jylan Jackson, the one getting sacked. Awesome tackle right there. Awesome sack. And it looks like the Hornets are sending out their punt unit. Definitely would not want to risk it on, well, I don't know. Yeah, we will have a punter out. Number 1, Dalen Bell punting the ball off for the Franklin Hornets. No one was back deep to return for the Panthers, which is odd enough to see. But the ball will be placed at the 36-yard line, be a 1st and 10 for the Panthers, and we will be right back. And it looks like there was a jump right there from the Franklin Hornets. Offsides on it looks like number 50, Corday Landry. This will be a 1st and 5 on the 41-yard line for the Berwick Panthers. On the carry, managed to get a 1st down. Gets pushed and pushed and pushed until he gets the 1st down for the Berwick Panthers. Nice run right there from Jaden Milton. Seems to be getting in kind of a scrap right there with the other team, but it looks like everything is all right. Be a 1st down for the Panthers. And if we could put in some points right here, that would put the Panthers ahead by 2 points, which is definitely what we want to see. So again, thank you to the 7 people viewing the stream. Make sure to share with your friends so they can watch the epic finish to this game. Bella on the quarterback keeper manages to break a couple tackles. Ends up getting tackled for a loss. Bring the ball back around 4 yards to make it a 2nd and 14 for the Berwick Panthers.
Well, 4 on the plate. 2nd and 14.
Panthers hand it off to number 5, Jaden Milton. Milton has some holes on the sideline. Breaks a tackle on the 20, 10, 5, and breaks another tackle into the end zone. Jaden Milton has his 5th touchdown of the game. Puts the Panthers ahead by 2 scores. Fantastic run right there from Jaden Milton. Wow. What a run. Jaden Milton is just so good when it comes to finding these holes. Wow. Fantastic run right there. Broke a lot of tackles right there on the play. And we are ahead. Panthers lining up for the 2-point conversion. Panthers running a pretty confusing version, but they have Naaman Bennett who walks it into the end zone. For the 2-point conversion is good. Panthers running a pretty unique formation right there, but it ends up working. Berwick Panthers are winning 34-22. Ladies and gentlemen, Panthers are winning by 2 scores. And we will be back right after the break. Oh, look, Kelsey almost had a touchdown. Wow. Oh, and it was a fumble. No, it wasn't. I'm just kidding. All right, 3, 2, 1. And we are back. For those who are just tuning in, Jaden Milton had his 5th touchdown run of the game. And there are currently 8 minutes and 48 seconds remaining in the 4th quarter. Panthers winning by 2 possessions. 12 points to be exact. Crapel on the kick. Sends it deep. Fight Webster muffs the return. Lucky there are no Panthers back there, but he finds his way in space and breaks another tackle. Oh my goodness. the Panthers cannot bring this dude down. But good thing they couldn't bring him down because it forced him to go back and back and back, which led to around Panthers stopping them at around the 25-yard line when they had it at around the 30. But it looks like there's a pretty questionable call right there.
Hornets will play first and 10 from their own 26-yard line.
Thank you so much to the 12 people in the live stream right now. Make sure to share it with your friends if you haven't already. Hit that like button and hit the subscribe button if you want to see some more of these live streams. Have a really good game going on right now. Franklin looking to cut the lead down. Though to number 2, Johnson, his favorite target, is one man beat and gets tackled by number 35, Isaiah Bennett, who had an interception earlier. Looks like the chains will be moving, or it will be a second and the chains will definitely be moving. Franklin gets around 11 yards right there on the play. Guys, have any feedback of the live stream? Any improvements we can make sure to comment them down below. We'll definitely be sure to listen. Franklin after a first down. Head and they throw a pretty widely pass that is dropped by number 2, Johnson. To make it a second and 10 for the Franklin Hornets. Live music, of course, being provided by the Sound of Pride. Jackson on the quarterback keeper and gets sacked by Jose Panthers. Number 24, Leclerc Lou, for honestly might be 1.5 sacks in this game, 2 sacks. Leclerc Lou's been all over the defensive line for the Panthers over these first 3 games, getting a lot of sacks. Honestly, want to say he's had at least 4 sacks this season or somewhere around there. A lot of impressive plays from the defense so far in this game. They definitely allowed the most points so far this season, but, not all of it was the defense's fault. Of course, we had the fumble by Crubella that gave the Hornets a touchdown. Timeout called by the Panthers. So there's 6 minutes and 57 seconds remaining in the game. Panthers are, of course, winning 34-22. Sorry, the mic was a little low right there. Had it kind of far away from my face. And of course, if the mic is too loud, make sure to comment it down below. I'm trying to make it as, the broadcast as smoothly as it possibly can be. Make it the best it possibly can be. For those who are paying attention to Thursday night football, the Kansas City Chiefs are losing to the Los Angeles Chargers 17-14. Pretty interesting game going on right now. Of course, stay on the channel and, watch this game because, it's better. But be a 3rd and long for the Hornets right here. Look, Luke coming off the pressure again, and it's an interception by number 20, Andre Ingleton. Panthers with their 2nd interception of the game, and I want to say this game is pretty much over. The Panthers can go down and score right here. Put us ahead by 3 touchdowns after a scare after the Hornets took the lead early in the second half. We've seen the Panthers play really good defense, really good offense afterwards, and they've just been shutting down the Hornets right here. This is just a good play you want to see from the Panthers. Not giving up after halftime, playing better after halftime, just making adjustments, not giving up in the game, and improving their play, improving on the mistakes as the game goes on. Just really impressive play right there for number 20, Andre Ingleton, who, of course, was the player of the game last week, and someone who doesn't really get a whole lot of reps on defense, so it's good to see him take as much care of them as he possibly can. Try to do almost everything he can on defense while he is out there. Now Andre Ingleton is in at running back. Bella hands it off to Ingleton, who gets around 1 yard on the carry. Refs will give him forward progression. He gives it about 3 yards. Panthers have about a 2nd and 7 on their own 45-yard line. Definitely would just expect them to chew the clock out as much as possible right here. I mean, if they could score a touchdown with like a minute, 2 minutes remaining on the clock, that'd be what you want to see. And they're going ground and pound right now. They're just trying to move the ball as slow as possibly as they can. Milton will get about 5 yards right there. Be official timeout, and it is a 3rd and 3 for the Panthers when we get back. I don't think a lot because I'm playing against Eckler in one league. I think he has probably 8. I'm going against him in one league. Yeah, 8, 9, something like that. Helped me out a lot in one of my fantasy leagues. That's bad. It's something like my home. We're back. Andre Ingleton on the carry gets a first down. Panthers will be converted on 3rd down right there. 5 actually looks like the clock stopped and it's resumed. 5 minutes and 45 seconds remaining. For those paying attention to Thursday Night Football, the Chargers and Chiefs are currently tied 17-7 at the start of the 4th quarter. Bella on the snap, hands it off to Ingleton, who gets stuffed at the line. Of course, we're seeing the Panthers running out the clock, using almost all of that play clock on the last play. Snapping the ball at around 4 seconds left on the play clock. Bella on the handoff to Milton, who stiffs arms a man, but manages to get back to the line of scrimmage for looks like a gain of nothing or a gain of 2 yards to make it a 3rd and 10 for the Berwick Panthers. We are, of course, winning by 2 scores, so nothing to really panic about if this 3rd down does not convert. But with how aggressive the Panthers have been playing in this game, I don't expect it, but I wouldn't rule out going for it on this 3rd down. Every single 3rd down we've had on Franklin's side of the field, we've gone for it, and this would be the first time we haven't gone for it all game. So it's going to be interesting to see if we do that. Ingleton is in the backfield, power back, who had breakout game last week. Ingleton takes a hole up the middle. Ingleton makes a couple people miss. Ingleton breaks the tackle. Tackle around the 20-yard line for the Panthers. First down, and the chains are continuing to move for the Berwick Panthers. They get a first down. Awesome stuff right there from Berwick. So Beller hands it off to Milton, who finds a hole up the middle, breaks a couple tackles, and manages to get about 8 yards to make it a 2nd and 2 for the Panthers. And it looks like the Panthers are moving on to 3-0. Next week we will be playing against the Cohen Hornets, a team that we have beaten for the past 2 seasons, and who was our homecoming game back in 2020. And for those paying attention to Thursday night football game, Justin Herbert just threw an interception that is going back for a touchdown, and they were within the red zone too. But Jaden Milton on the carry gets his 6th touchdown of the game. Milton has been unstoppable so far tonight. Wow, what a run right there from Jaden Milton. Wow, awesome run right there to give the Panthers a bigger lead. Milton with his 6th touchdown of the game. Jaden Milton definitely has been balling out. And don't forget to check out the post-game show, which will be out 8 o'clock tomorrow morning. Make sure to stay tuned for that. Crap out on the point after, and it is low and no good. So the Panthers are currently winning 40-22, and we will be back. And we are back. For those who are just tuning in, the Berwick Panthers drove all the way down the field for a Jaden Milton touchdown run, his 6th of the game. For those paying attention to Thursday night football, Kansas City Chiefs just had a pick 6 and are currently winning 24-17. Franklin is returning the ball. Number 2, Ja'Shawn Johnson is tackled by number 25, Naaman Bennett. Looks like we have number 30, Leif Bella, limping off the field on that play right there. Freshman standout who had an interception in the Panthers' first game. And a deflection. Nice point out right there by the cameraman. It's the train horn.
Timeout, Hornets.
And the Hornets have called a timeout. We will be back. Franklin hands it off to number 5, Webb. Actually was number 24, newcomer in the game, Dylan Edwards. Haven't seen much of him so far in this game, at least offensively. Looks like the Hornets aren't in much of a rush to get a playoff, and, doesn't look like they're in much of a rush to rack up the score, at least try to make it 2-point game, 4-point game, 3-point game. Engaged Tooth get the sack on number 24, Dylan Edwards. Tackle for a loss by Gage Tooth. Ladies and gentlemen, this game is all but over. All about over. It is. Coming to an end. Minute 15 remaining in the final quarter of the game. Jackson on the bot. Snap. Dodges a couple tacklers. Ends up getting tackled by a host of Panthers. One of them being number 52, Gage Toots. 40 seconds remaining in the game. Hornets have time to at least pull off one more play. And, they're running it. I would definitely expect some long passes right here from Franklin, but it looks like that's not what they had in mind. Easy dubs right here. Hopefully Franklin takes a deep shot for, just fun. Let's go ahead and see what they can do. Franklin decides to run the ball right here. They get stuffed at the line by number 1, Dalen Bell. And the game is over, ladies and gentlemen. The Berwick Panthers have beat the Franklin Hornets 40-22. The game is over. Next week, we'll be playing the Cohen Hornets